My name is Riyaad Jappie. I'm from Port Elizabeth. I teach at a Muslim school, and other than all the Muslim stuff I do reflexology, I do massaging, and hopefully, inshallah, I am going to try and study cupping, massage cupping, dry cupping, wet cupping, inshallah. So hope you can make dua for that, inshallah, in keeping with the sunnah, inshallah. When you find if you want to truly find out about someone, you know how he really is, you go to his children and you find out how he is. Because the children, they tell the truth. Like a week ago, I was at the wedding and I gave some advices for the couples. And just so happens my kids were there and say, Abi, you're speaking and giving advice, but you got none of that. So, when we look at Moulana Sema, there's a big chunk of his life that we don't really know. I mean, if you want to hear the history or know the history of Moulana Sema, you go on the internet, you go on Facebook, you find all, you go even on Wiki. There's also a book of his biography as well. You can find all that information. But when you look at, there's a big chunk of his life that people don't really know, and that is how he was with us as students. And here you're getting it also firsthand. Now, it's just also unfortunate, I only spent about 2 years when Moulana Muhammad Sema was on the hostel, where he lived on the hostel. And then from there he moved further away to Arbor Park. So I just had that 2-3 years with Moulana Muhammad Sema. But nevertheless, this also comes of years of other students as well. We have Moulana Tawheed Basadi as well. We all know each other by the nicknames Moulana Zaid, and also, they're all actually my seniors. So this is just to give an account of his life inside of Darul Ulum. The first time I met Moulana Sema rahmatullah alayhi, now here, a young laitiki, small 16-year-old, just coming out of, not out of, but leaving school, you're naughty, and here you're sitting in front of this person. Now to explain Moulana Sema is like, you know, you're sitting in front, you have that fear that he's going to just give you one good shot like a father. But the first time when he looked at me, I felt I can speak anything to this man. And this is the first time I'm meeting a young 16-year-old boy sitting in front of a Moulana Sema and not having fear that I can't speak to him, I can't do anything. But at the same time, you're also having that fear, you know, that I don't want to say anything. And the first thing he said to me, you know, I hardly memorized any surahs of the Quran. But he never said, yeah, you dumb, you stupid, how can you not? You're coming here to a Darul Ulum. But rather he said, oh, okay, just go to one of my ustads and go and see what you know with, and then you come back to me, inshallah. I was like very amazed at the first meeting, and he's not like saying, you know nothing, how can you not know nothing? You're in a Darul Ulum, we're here, higher education. But I said, just go and see what you know, and then come back to me, inshallah, and tell me. And that just amazed me. Just by looking at how he was with me, who's new there, I don't know anything, I know absolutely nothing, and he's not treating me like a small child, but granting me respect. And this is to a young boy. He's more than 50 years older than me, and yet he's treating me with respect. You know, so that is the one part. We find that Moulana Sema, his character was like this. When he's not really serious, he says, Wallahi, Wallah, you just came here to eat my food, use my toilet, and you're carrying on. And many of the students will know this actually. He said it almost every day. But when he said that, he wasn't really serious. But when he was truly serious, then he used it, Khuda ki qasam. You know, that voice actually comes out. Well, I'm not sure exactly what it means. Okay, so it's the Urdu version. Oh, mashallah. So now I finally found it. But when you use that word, then you know he's serious. You know, if he says, Khuda ki qasam, you're expelled, then you must pack your stuff and go. But when he says, Wallahi, you expelled, you must go home, don't come back. Next day you just come back to class, mashallah. You know. And he treated everyone like a son. That's why we call him, and we started this group also, Children of, well, our nickname to him is Children of the Don, because he was the Don, you know, and he gave us all respect, the respect that we needed. And I mean, to learn from such an elderly person, he taught us through his example how to respect people. how to respect everyone, whether that is young or old. You know the hadith of Prophet ﷺ, you know, you don't have respect for the elders, and with regards to the youngsters as well, you're not merciful on them. And Moulana Qasim rahmatullahi alayhi was the embodiment of that hadith. Although there was hardly anyone older than him when I was there, because I mean he was probably, what, 80 years old? He was about 80 years old. And just to mention that fact, he got married again at that time, and at roughly about 82 years old, roughly 82, 83, was probably just before his birthday, his wife, new wife, gave birth to a daughter. So 82 years old, roughly 82, 83 years old. 80? 84. And his wife gives birth to a young child. I mean, we're 50 years old, you're walking there and like, we finished, we clap. You know, Moulana Mufti AK actually gave an example with the hadith, نَضَّرَ اللَّهُ مَنْ سَمِعَ مَقَالَتِي فَوَعَاهَا وَأَدَّاهَا كَمَا سَمِعَ. You know, with regards to hadith, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives that certain quality. He said, I'm not going to explain the hadith, but Moulana Qasim Sema rahmatullahi alayhi, he is the perfect example, the perfect explanation of that. And I mean, here his daughter, or his wife, sorry, giving birth is a perfect example or explanation of that hadith, mashallah. You know, when Moulana Qasim Sema rahmatullahi alayhi, he was open to everyone. People used to come in there, no problem, whether it's Muslim, Hindu, Kafir, whatever it was, people could come in there, come into the office, no problem, come inside, you know. Whether it's husband and wife also. Today we see husband and wife, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. But Moulana Qasim Sema, everyone was truly welcome. You know, I teach at a school, and you know, various people, they say, we have an open door policy, but it's not truly an open door policy. Only open door policy if you speak nice about us. But Hazrat was such a person that when he said open door policy, it was open door policy. If you want to come in, you want to speak, you want to scold, no problem, come in, say what you want. Alhamdulillah, he's not going to retaliate. And with regards to us as students, inshallah, 1 minute. With regards to us as students, he was like our shield. So don't talk nonsense, these are my children. He referred to us as my children. You know, when we used to walk from the masjid, I'll try and keep it short, inshallah. We walk from the masjid and you greet him, subhanallah. Can I stand up and walk? The way he used to walk was even that of the sunnah. You know, I can't do it properly, but inshallah I'll try my best. You greet him, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And his walk was, wa alaikum salam. You're long gone already, and he's greeting, but complete greeting, you know, alhamdulillah. So he done the complete greeting. One way to recognize one of the children of Moulana Qasim, well, us as children, his students, is to listen to their dua. And if you listen to their dua, you will find they won't say, Subhana Rabbika Rabbil Izzati Amma Yasifun. Many of them would say, Subhana Rabbina Rabbil Izzah, because shaitan said Subhana Rabbik. So we say Subhana Rabbina, our Lord. So if you hear anyone, 9 out of 10 times you will find that is either a student of Dar al-Ulum Newcastle, or also our brothers, those who qualified at Qasimul Ulum, mashallah. That is our brothers, inshallah. We have the same Ustad, and he used to die. He actually wanted to put a picture up of Moulana Qasim Sema, but unfortunately I couldn't, inshallah. But nevertheless, he had a very, very humble quality. He was humble. He used to sometimes come and eat of our food as well. And if it wasn't enough, you must do it over, please. He used to tell the cooks up, please make proper food for the ulama. We're not ulama, but i'tibar ma yakun. Take into consideration, you know what we will be or might be, inshallah. And just one thing, inshallah, and I'll cut off on that, is that I truly found it is quite difficult. We actually angered Moulana Sema one day in class, and he just said, I can't teach like this. And he sat down. 2 minutes later, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. He said, I can't teach when I'm angry. And when I actually found out how difficult this was when I started teaching, you get angry, your kids make you, and you know, tomorrow you're still angry. But here within 2 minutes, Moulana Qasim Sema's anger subsided. He said, let's carry on teaching, and he treated us as normal. Alhamdulillah, we did ask Maaf to Moulana Qasim. He said, no problem, inshallah. So I hope, inshallah, that you will give me mahfuz. So I said it will be short. Forgive like Moulana Qasim Sema forgave us, inshallah. And we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants him Jannatul Firdaus, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us also to be like such a great man who embodied the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.